Good morning, everybody. Today I want to talk to you guys about growing your real estate portfolio. Okay, so stay tuned. I just wanted to mention a couple things here as far as the lending side. Again, I am a real estate agent and investor. I am not a banker, but a couple things that I have learned are when you're growing your real estate portfolio, essentially, you can't necessarily have unlimited 30-year fixed interest rate mortgages, essentially. Okay, so what it looks like is, you have your house, and then you go buy a second house. Maybe you move into that, keep the other one as a rental, and then you over the years buy a couple more rental properties, single family houses, duplex, triplexes, all the way up to 4 units. So 1 to 4 units is kind of what I'm talking about here. So usually that's that nice 30-year fixed interest rate, which is pretty sweet. And the 30-year amortization is pretty nice too. Essentially, though, most investors, as they're growing their portfolio, eventually they will realize that there is a limit. Okay, and then they might have to actually change strategies. So the limit of loans that you can get, this is on the third-party markets, the Fannie Freddie type things. Again, the 30-year thing that I'm talking about. Essentially, you can only have 10. Okay, so you can always get another loan on your personal residence, but they're not going to give you another loan if you have 10 mortgages. Okay, so maybe that's the one you live in 9 more, something like that. And so you might be able to think, wait, I want to grow my real estate portfolio, then how does anybody have more than 10 rental properties? There are a couple ways around that. Essentially, let's say your spouse, they have 10 in their name, well then you could theoretically have 10 in your name too. Okay. The other piece of this is that is 1 to 4 units. So maybe they're all fourplexes. Okay, so then you could have 40, your spouse could have 40, so that's 80. At that point, once you've maxed out that, usually you're going to maybe start partnering with somebody else as you're growing your real estate portfolio, getting non-traditional, maybe commercial or portfolio loans. So go ahead and as you're talking with your banker and starting to get a certain amount of loans under your belt as you're growing your real estate portfolio, because a lot of that is essentially managing both debt and taxes in the real estate game. So there's definitely ways to do that profitably, and you can try to manage the risk and rewards that go with that. But essentially, each person could have 10 is kind of what most bankers will tell you. Some banks will vary. Again, I'm not a banker, but talking to a lot of bankers, it usually happens that you could have 10, and if you have it only in your name, then your spouse could have 10, and each one of those could technically be a fourplex. So that's the quick and dirty there, how many loans you can have as you're growing your real estate portfolio. So again, if you're in the Sioux Falls area, I would love to meet up with you and see how I could help you grow your real estate portfolio. So you guys have a good one.